back to the trade here. Like I said, I initially looked at September, but I don't know, again, how long this is going to last. I don't know how much rhetoric is going to happen. Day in and day out, we come in and we hear a little bit more different stuff. Not as much as we did 3, 4 months ago, but still, it's a ever evolving situation. So as a result, I don't want to go too far out. And again, you can just adjust this any given time. You can go to all expirations or which matters more in the big CL contract, or you can just go to regular expirations. Sometimes that weeds out the weekly contracts. So I decided I just want to stay in the 27-day cycle. Now, we've done a lot of research right here at Tasty, as a lot of you probably know, that shows that volatility declines most quickly in the 45-day cycle. And we usually try to close those positions or roll out in 21 days. Why? Because as you get closer and closer to expiration, everything ratchets up, whether it's gamma, whether it's vega, not vega, sorry, that becomes more of a gamma, but a delta can probably get a little bit higher and ratchet up. And so things start to move a lot more quickly as you get closer and closer to expiration. That's why a lot of times the 21 days were out. But if there were a 30 or 40-day cycle, I would rather to be in that. But I just don't want to be in this 58-day cycle. That's a little bit too long for me right now. So I'm going to go in the August cycle, and I'm going to sell a strangle here. We're going to go to this 20 delta option, this 75. I feel reasonably good that if oil starts to come back, again, we just came back from where it was down to 69.70. We could return to that. I think it would be a lot slower. I think I have a chance to withstand that move down if it were to happen within this tight cycle here. And again, I don't expect to have this trade on much longer than maybe 15 days. We'll see. So selling that 75 put there, that's about maybe 10% out of the money, a little bit more, I think, $8 for. Yeah, it's a little more than 10% out of the money, but that sounds good to me. And then I'm going to go to the upside. I'm going to go, this is where I was deliberating how far to go. And again, the interesting thing about oil, as you will see, and just to show you this, let's check it real quick. Let's look at skew. Let's look at $10 out of the money. Let's look at the 74, which is essentially where we were. I always like to check skew just a little bit and like sell the put, see what that's like. $10 out of the money. And then let's go to the 94. And I like to buy that. And you can see because there's a 143 debit, that means the call is trading over the put, right? So not surprising there, especially with oil moving to the upside. Oil tends to crash up, right? And so as a result, that's why you'll see a lot of skew to the upside in oil. So, but what I'm going to do is go $10 in either direction. So I'm going to sell the 95 and I'm going to sell the 75 put. Total premium of $4.17 here. $900 and $926 in buying power that we're using. And, when you look at this trade, let's do a little analysis on this thing going to the curve. And we'll see, like right now, this stock being here, obviously if it moves around quite a bit, this is not really a loser. You can see your PNL expiration, you can see PNL Theo. But let's just, let's see what it looks like. One, you should always take things to extreme and see what it looks like at an expiration, right? So on the 17th, obviously, if nothing were to happen, right? And we were to continue to move around a little bit, but never really get out of the range. Obviously, at expiration, I'd make the total amount if it stays within that 75 and 95 sort of bracket there, right? But, that's probably this thing not moving over the next 27 days, me holding this expiration, those things, neither one of those things are probably going to happen. So it's better to just sort of get an idea of going back to today. And, you can see your expiration graph right here just to give you an idea. Right now, this quarter tells you if things were to move around a lot, I could expect this. I could, say we were to get back down to 70, right? Probably looking at a loss, probably a Theo loss of around $400 just from volatility alone. It depends on what time frame in which that happens. And then P&L expiration at 70, you can see, let's go to 70 just to get an idea, because that's where we came from, about down $72, right? And if we go to the upside, say all of a sudden oil jumps and it gets back up to 100, right? And makes a big move. Even within that, my expiration P&L is about 100. But if it were to do that in the meantime, between time, I'm going to lose a lot more volatility value. And you can see I could possibly be down somewhat to $600. Now, let's just say oil stays somewhere between this 75 and 95 range. And let's just say what I said, 15 days here. So let's go to the 4th, right? Say I'm around here. We could possibly make about half of our our money here just from oil sort of chopping around this range, if you will, and not necessarily exceeding any price too high, especially going above 95. So that's kind of my hope here. That's kind of my idea. I'm gonna take this down to even a 415. Well, will it fill me at 417? I don't think so. And this thing trades in pennies, right? Let's double check. Hold on, cancel. Let's go back to the table here and see. Yeah, it does trade in pennies. Maybe it'll fill me at 417. Okay, no, it doesn't. So we'll step down a little bit just to get filled on this trade. I'm only giving you a penny trade. I'm not giving you much more. Oh God, it wants to be difficult. All right. I'm stepping down to 415. This is as low as I'll go. And I typically don't step down too often. Sometimes you got to let the trade come to you. I kind of figured 415 would possibly be the number where it would get me at anyway. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas here, guys. And so this is the trade that we decided to do in oil. Right now, volatility is in this contract is 66, as you can see. Let me just get rid of all this stuff in the analysis tab. But let's look at implied vol here. Implied vol is in the 50s right now, right? And a little bit higher on the upside, as you can see. That's why the amalgamated number is 66. But you can see on the upside, 67, 68, like we just said, skew is higher. That's your other indicator for how skew is trading in oil right now. And so I like selling a 66 vol. I like doing it in 27-day cycle. Again, I could probably hold this trade for maybe 15 days or so, and then eventually move on. Just to give you an idea of what that looks like in CL, just to show you why we're choosing MCL as opposed to CL. Let's similar trade here. I mean, this is a big boy contract here, folks. And so that's why we're, again, 10 times bigger, $9,000 of premium, $9,000 of buying power for $400 in premium. That risk reward is just not worth it to me. I would rather do something in MCL because it's just a smaller contract. It makes it a whole lot easier, a whole lot more digestible too. I could also say, and this probably won't happen for me, but let's just say you're a little bit worried about oil eventually making a big move here, right? You could also buy, the contract to protect yourself. For the most part, that short put's going to give you some long delta, minute amount. But let's just say you're a little bit worried about the move in oil and it's possibly going higher. You can easily buy one of these contracts, right? They're not that expensive from the standpoint of depending on the size of your book, right? If you're trading somewhere between $25,000 and $50,000 book, buying this one contract for $1,500 is not too bad. It can protect you a little bit, make you feel better, make you sleep better at night if you want. But that's the thing I like about trading this MCL. It's pretty nice. And again, it's very liquid too, despite the fact that it didn't fill me at 417. It filled me 2 cents lower, but it is a pretty liquid contract. And so that is the trade of the day.